Hey boys, so this week we're going to do a few little exercises, bit of fun, and we'll hopefully learn something along the way. First of all, we're going to start teaching the basics of how to spin pass. Then we're going to move on to the side step and the dummy. And those that know me and have ever seen me play rugby understand that I'm on the field to run through people, not evade dance around them. I'm not built to be light-footed. However, without blowing my own trumpet, I do have a bit of a side step on me, or as we like to call it, the summer swerve, which is mainly send my belly one way and I run that way. And then there's a couple of little kicking practices we need to do, whilst also being able to walk around the house doing it. And don't worry, parents, there'll be nothing broken. So, what we need for today's session, obviously, the ball, just the one. We will need an empty big bottle of pop. Now, the reason that we've done this is because there are nice 5 little grooves on the bottom. So it can be any bottle as long as it's got the 5 grooves. This is so our fingers fit nicely in there. We need 8 markers, jumper cones, and we need a carry bag. That's it. When we spin pass, when we first learn to spin pass, it's the automatic sort of reaction, the natural feel that when we're doing it, we want to be throwing our arm up, and it comes from a whole arm action. It's quite dangerous because we end the ball, we lose complete accuracy with the ball, so when we let it go. It all comes from the wrists, just a little twisting motion just like that. As you can see, as I push through, just sort of twist my wrist, push it down. My guide hand, that's pushing the ball in the opposite direction, which then creates a spiral. The reason we do the spiral is you get more distance on a spiral and it's more accurate. When we're throwing the ball any sort of which way, it's not as aerodynamic, whereas the spin ball breaks through the air. With the bottle, what I want you to do is, see the little 5 grooves on the bottom, your fingers, your thumb, and so on, so we're holding it like that. And then as we're standing, we are pushing the bottle through. You see I've got a Dr. Pepper bit there. As it comes from my hip and across my body, it spins. Just get used to doing that action. What this does is it builds the confidence and it gets us used to how our wrist is supposed to move as we're going through. Then bring in a second hand, which goes over the top of the bottle, and again, we're just twisting. As we're passing, we'll twist. Still the same procedures as we learned passing drills last week. Our hips and shoulders go through, face on target. Once we've done that, the hand on top of the bottle, and we've got on the bottom. It's a strong hand, a weak hand, but our guide hand, so we don't have a weak hand. And we're just using that action from the hip, and we're twisting again. Now, you can do this, sat down, you just stood up. It's not an issue, it's just getting used to your wrist moving in that direction. So you can be sat there watching TV, with the bottle in your hand, do it like this. That's all you need to do. So, second drill for this week is we're going to work on a side step, which, as I've explained earlier, where it's not really my forte. I run through people, not round them. So the keys of a side step, it's all about manipulating the defender. You want him to move in a way to create the space that you're then going to move into. So as we're running, you don't sort of do a side step as you're running straight at someone. So your shoulders are straight out and they're straight at. Even if you side step, you're not going to have enough room to then get around them. So you run at an angle. You want to run taking the defender one way, and you sort of read when the defender is then committed to go in that way. Like all his body weight's moved onto the foot that's leading in that direction. So he's committed to that direction. Then, once he's committed, you put all your weight through one foot. Normally the leading foot of the direction you go. So if you're heading left, it'll be your left foot. If you're heading in the right direction, it'll be your right foot. And you push down all your weight as you sort of bounce back in the other way. So you bounce right if you'll be off your left, and you bounce left if you're off your right. And then it's the acceleration. So what's happened is the defender's bought the direction, he's committed, and then as he's moved, the space is then created for you to then change. It's easy to demonstrate. However, what I will do is just show you a couple of clips of how a side step's done.
Old saying, isn't there? You can step you in a phone box. Poor Fitzgerald here. I'll get back up and have another go. Running straight at me, nowhere for him to run, and he's out of it.
I don't know about a phone box. He can step you on a 50p. He's unbelievable.
It's so 3 and a bounce they've lost. Look at that footwork. I mean, how?
It's been for him. Look at this. Carroll, step and go.
The error a couple of minutes ago. Beat 3 of their best defenders as well.
Ford's reaction, he knows. I mean, that is just sensational. But Ford knows he can see all those black shirts. After this happens, all the black shirts chasing down like a beast to a honey pot, trying to get in.
Shankton chip. To create the 2-on-1. The skip. Enter. Turning 3 Newcastle defenders inside out.
That was lovely. It was that Harris pass that was beautifully timed.
Watson,
He's the most agile athletes in the country.
It's almost like with him, you have to let him go.
It's going to start the second half. It's not over this game. Israel below the step.
He was lit.
Well, Sonotti is so elusive sometimes. I'm not sure.
Oh, what about this little bit of magic? Up you go, there you go.
You don't see that in some of the best nightclubs.
If you want to step off your right foot, watch this individual skill. Bang! And then he goes.
Incentive to the player. Big threat every time he gets. Oh, look at this. Step off the left foot, step again. And then just go. He beat 6 defenders last week. He topped the charts. He did 5 in one go there. This is brilliant.
Look at this. He is really, really exciting player to watch, isn't he?
Here's the first break. Look, you can't do that. He overruns.
As William Ryder goes back, beware. Breaks into the clear field. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Little steps off the foot and he's still going.
Really, this is a wonderful break. Beautiful step from that.
He's nowhere near the mark. He had plenty of room to go inside and take that.
Implementing a great skill of his on the side step, but look at this one, inside and outside in one clear movement.
He's gone, as you said, overcommitted, and then he just had the fullback to beat the Port runners. Initially Tipperick.
Steal this one out of the fire. Williams, again, Jordan Williams gets away from 2 tackles on the third, surely.
Little fade, miss, and just wonderful step.
Don't know which way to go. There we go. Inside, outside. I'll take the outside.
Right-hand side, gets it off the right foot. It's rampant.
off the right foot, clearly. It's his favourite foot to step. He goes 1, 2, 3, and then he goes a little bit of a ghost step there.
From the colour of your jersey, Williams.
Right, as you've been watching those nice little videos, I have been setting up our grid. So what we want is we want a baseline with 2 cones at either end. Doesn't matter how far they are apart, maybe about 5 metres. Then in the middle, we've got a little cone target. These need to be at a diagonal from where you put your base. And as long as you can get your foot sliders, beautiful. As long as you get your foot in the grid, that's what we're after. And then we have 2 more. Now these are wider apart than the original 2. Don't know if I can get that seen. See it wider out. Right, well, as you see, I'm still on my sliders, so I will go get some boots on and we'll run through the job. I've got changed out of my sliders, put some boots on. So, we'll start on one of the base cones. We're going to use both. You want to come down to both feet. And I'll just walk you through it. Obviously, the side step is better done at base. So, we'll walk out towards the direction of the bottom marker of the inside square. And then as we get there, we'll put our left foot in and we're going to squat down, sort of like we're about to take contact and try and push through. But as we lift our right foot, bounce off the left and power through. So, that again, walk through, plant, drop the shoulder, look like we're committing to going in this direction. What we're doing, we're bringing the defender out this way, we're running at a bit of an angle, and then as he's committed, follows me with this, bounce back, defender's carried on going that way, and we've come through. Once you do it on your left a couple of times, move out on your right. So again, walk through it, we're going to plunge down, we're going to bounce out. The quicker we do this, the more effective it will be. Obviously, slightly missed the gap there, but as you can see, it's a good way to create himself a little bit of space in a very tight defence. So, sort of do that, start with walking, get your body used to it, we'll move up to a jog. Now I definitely want you to be doing that 100%. So once we've mastered the side step a little bit, we are going to move on to the dummy. And so the dummy works in a very similar way to the side step in creating a bit of space. You often use it in like a 2-on-1 situation, 2 attackers against 1 defender. So you're going to look like you're about to pass the ball, so the defender goes to where you're going to pass the ball and leaves you with the space in front of you. I keep saying one day I'll manage to do this without saying So the dummy it's a dummy pass. So you're doing everything like you're about to pass, your shoulders, your hips, you're throwing the ball from your hip across, but we just don't let go. You keep hold. You keep hold of the ball, and that you sell a dummy. The best dummies are sold with eyes, your shoulders, and the ball movement, and your hips as well, I suppose. You can often use the dummy with a bit of a step, because of obviously what you're doing with the way the defences line up opposite you. So obviously you're head on head. So if you throw in the dummy, the defender's still going to be able to get maybe a grip on you with his arm. So if you step, you're going to push your angle of attack out of their reach. But we'll just show you. I'll show you a couple of videos of some decent dummies here. I mean, keep an eye on Matt Dawson's. It is incredible. And whilst you're watching that, I'll go set up the grid.
Haven't thought it was going. Oh, that one. Step off the right, little Sean go. Straight through.
And a step through, nicely done by Tatakawa.
Bedassi. Dear Marion Marmion to Terra on Headlach Noksha Powell.
Lost the defence, just watch here. Underneath me, he says. Just check Celessi Marfu on the.
Joe Rokosuku.
Rosa. Rosa throws a dummy, goes right through. Kimber Rosa. Have a look at this confusion. Oh, you don't want to be looking at that.
Shoulder. Anscombe and support. He doesn't need it. Oh, try for some great.
Made such good friends with Howley, who is back home watching all of this. Saw his chance and took it.
Brilliant play from Dawson. Ruben Kruger, one of the world's best. Teichmann buys the dummy. Three of them stop and Joubert can't touch him. A sublime.
He unloaded. This time he dummy, went.
On the inside. Brilliant work, came straight through.
Oh, look at the tactics here.
We've got less than 5 minutes.
We have an unforgettable 5 minutes coming.
Tom Smith has had a great game. What a dummy. They both misread the situation. He throws the.
What magnificent work by Kirk. He threw the dummy, went straight under the arm of one of the French players. And a magnificent.
Double dummy, all right. There's one, there's two, and oh, look, there's no one there.
Double dummy switch. It's magnificent. The parting of the Reds.
The Wallaby line out that's falling apart and just giving them all the possession.
Great hands. That's a wonderful pass. And here's Snow. Well, no way was he could have passed that. Bundles over the line. Good try by Canada.
Great try there from the Japan team, but all came down for the number 10. He's challenged the line on a number of occasions. He's cut the.
Looking to regain the lead before the break. Barrett throws a dummy. Bowden Barrett, absolutely.
Looking for in the second 40. There you see it. Fooled everyone tonight. Right foot step to finish.
And his first try for his new club.
He just said it, class, and that is sheer class. You could say the tackles aren't good, but again, it's just the angle, the way he's able to just move the ball from one hand to the next.
And he's danced his way through, and he's over the 22, and Gollum is there, and Saka's going on his own. He had to tackle on other moments where he had to make good decisions, but what a break.
Outside as well from Jenkins. Anscombe, little Tommy sells him up the rim.
I didn't hear you push.
Stand up onto Fowler. Beautiful diving.
The all-time great. Shows the press and Clivewood.
As you said, Nigel, sensational was it? Good look there. His dummy's inside.
He dropped a lot of ball, got those initial carries.
Oh, hang on, here goes Spencer.
In his armoury, much more so than Wigglesworth. The little show taking.
So with this grid, all I've done is the two that were parallel to the bottom for the size 7 grid. I've moved the right one down to the bottom so it's in the middle of square in the middle, and then the other one's gone right on the other side, about level with the two far ones. So we're going to start the ball at the base coat bottom. Again, going through the dummy, and I'm just going to step out right. So the way you decide which way we're going, it depends on a couple of actions. One where we're throwing the dummy. Our support's over there. We're not going to throw a dummy to no one on our right, are we? So we're definitely going to be throwing it on our left. As we're defending, you see my whole, as we're defending, as we're throwing the ball, you see I'm going like it's a natural pass. Everything's staying like it is. Then we've taken a read on our defender. He's got vision. You see him there, and you can see he's brought it. He's got it. He's going, he's following the ball. So our space is now here. We're going to just come off a little bit and just make sure we've gone past. If our sport's on the right, then the dummy up. And it's all exactly the same, you just flip it over, and then come out the box, for the dummy, and we'll step out a little bit. Again, if you've got someone else that can join you, get them to stand in the middle, go to the bottom, and they come out and meet you. Now obviously they know you're going to be throwing the dummy. So if you knew someone's going to be throwing a dummy in a game, you'd still tackle, wouldn't you? We don't want that. What I want that defender to do is to follow the ball. So if you come out and go like that, the defender's going to follow the ball every time. I don't want the defender to attack you, but if as a defender, what you can do is slow it down to make your decision a bit later. You know you're going that way, just wait until the last second, so the attacker can work his footwork and his decision making as to where the space is. And we're all about creating space. Get the ball to the space as quickly as possible. And if we can do that with a little side step, it takes half a second to get the dummy, takes half a second. So as the last part of our little session, what I'd said we do is we do some kicking. Now, we're going to start with the basics of kicking, and it is going to be some kicking you can do inside the house. Don't worry parents, they're not going to break anything. That's what plastic bags for. So what we don't want in a game or in any situation is we shouldn't be throwing the ball up to kick it. We just drop it down. Now the reason we do that is because if we throw it up, the ball can move around in the air more. There's more distance between its height and at the floor, or where your boot will kick it, and it can move around. And you want the ball to be virtually as vertical as possible. You don't want it to be playing around, because then we don't have control over the kick. I'll show you a bit more of that in a sec. But the beauty of all these little things we've gone through today, including this, is stuff that we can do just around the house. You know, as you're walking through your hall, your mum or dad is in the way, throw a little side step, get around them. You know, throw them a dummy, get round. It's stuff you can constantly do. Anytime you get an empty bottle, let's get working on that spin pass. But for now, let's have a little bit of fun with the kicking.
Cipriani with the dig over the top. Nev Edwards chasing and gathering and hurtling across the try line. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant. Hands in the way. The kick out towards the corner. Well, Daly, providing some breaking for Piatau and Robson. That's nicely done. And there are two Wasp players to the left. One of them is Piatau. Oh, another one for the gallery. Wonderful. Wonderful play. Edwards. But they'll want more than 3 points here. Benoit Paog goes into the corner for Jesse Bog. Well, they went wham, bam, hammer and biff through the forwards. And here come the Highlanders. Subway, the kick out to the right. No, scores. No. Unbelievable, this Highlanders team. All that pressure.
So Perenara Whips it off the Barrett. Looking to involve Gerson, and he's got there to the little winger. What a first touch.
Chris Ashton. There's the advantage. Dan Robson is away. A little chip over the top if he can gather. It is his. Has he got the touch? What a pass! That is sensational. Dan Robson. Stinson. Little nudge through. Big chase on here from Shaw. It's going to fall through beautifully. Shaw is away. And he's shaking off the defenders. And he's powering his way in. James Shaw. That is a little bit special. Excellent. Steaming their way in front here at Sandy Park.
Alex Good, so comfortable, always looks at ease under the high ball, and ease with running with ball in hand as well. Alex Good, this is great rugby. This is absolutely superb rugby from and it's Ben Spencer.
So ignore the grid, doesn't matter anymore. So what I was talking about before, when we get to kick it, you don't throw it up. You kick one, drop it. So this little practice thing is getting us used to having our hands down as we kick, and it keeps your action away. What you pass the ball for? Ball on the back. And just carrying it around. Kick it. Just kick it. Drop. Have your hands down. Otherwise, you want to kick it just like that. Then we'll kick it, throw it. Put your hands down. Okay. Yeah? You got that? You can just walk around the house all day. Kick the ball. Getting used to your hands being down, and you're also getting your coordination in, different feet, where the ball's going to be and how you're going to so that's it for this week, boys. If we can just practice it around the house, you can do that. Your mum and dad are walking down the hallway, side step, throw them a dummy. You can walk around the ball in the bag, kicking it. So we can just keep doing that all week. That'll be fantastic. Most of all, stay safe and stay grizzly.